What is going on, Washington Commanders Nation? We are back with another video, and in today's video, I kind of wanted to just recap the whole season and soak in the joy of being 12-5, the first 12-win season in forever, man. And I wanted to kind of bring some joy here, and then later in the week, we're going to focus on this Tampa Bay matchup. It's a big playoff matchup for the wild card weekend. But before we get into the video, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. It takes 2 seconds and it's free. So now let's go ahead and get into the video. 12-5 on a great season. Had its ups and downs. We had the stretch where you had 3 losses: the loss against Philly, the loss against Dallas, the loss against Pittsburgh, and it felt like it was all going downhill like it always does. But no, Jaden Daniels struck this team together and put him on his back, and we somehow went 12-5. Beat the Falcons last week. Somehow beat the Cowboys. And it seems like every single week we find ourselves down in a game and we somehow come back. And it's just magic. It's Jaden Daniels magic. Like you don't get any better than this. This guy is going to be a star. This guy is going to win us a Super Bowl, maybe 2, maybe 3. He's an absolute legend. Okay? And we are 12-5 now, headed to the playoffs. It would really suck to be a one and done. Go to Tampa Bay and you just lose. That would suck. But we are here to recap the season. Week 1, we played the Buccaneers. We lost 37-20. We did. It was a bad game. All right, and a lot of people were losing hope already, saying that this team just isn't good. Because really, when we went into the season, we thought 6 to 7 wins was the max for this team. The max. We end up getting 5 more with 12. And so, 37-20 was a bad loss, but we've really figured out how to play since then. Jaden Daniels has gotten so much better since he played the Buccaneers last time. It's absolutely insane. And the Buccaneers are the team to beat the Lions and the Eagles. Okay? They beat those teams. And so they are no joke. They weren't a joke week 1, and they aren't a joke now. But then week 2, you had the game. Week 3 was the Monday Night Football game. Week 2, you had a game where we ended up winning it. And it was, the Giants game, 21-18, all field goals, and Austin Seibert gets the job done. Week 3, you head to the Bengals. Jaden Daniels is really able to showcase what he has. Showcase his talent, showcase his ability, and showcase to the world that he is going to be great in this league. And Troy Aikman really realized it that night. Joe Buck as well on Monday Night Football. And they beat the Bengals 38-33. The Cardinals game was when this season started to go like, you were like, whoa. We didn't expect to beat the Cardinals on the road after a short week where we beat the Bengals on Monday Night Football. We beat them 42-14. And this was where the tide started turning a little bit. You started realizing that this wasn't a normal Washington team. This wasn't a normal Washington season. And then week 5, I'm trying to remember what it was. You had the Cardinals week 4 with the blowout 42-14, and that was a great game. That was a great game played. Let's see if I can find games. Okay, so the Cardinals, and you had the Browns, who we were up 34-6 against. We won 34-13 in that game. Killed the Browns at home. Then you had the Ravens. You had a tough test here, man. You had to go on the road after 2 big wins. and you lose 30-23. You put up a good fight. You show that you're not a fraud, that you can fight with these teams. You go on the road to play Baltimore and you just barely lose 30-23 in a great game. 40-7 in the Panthers in week 6. Oh my goodness, this was an absolute blowout. Marcus Mariota balled out this game. Jaden Daniels got hurt early on, and we were playing Andy Dalton, and 40-7 was the outcome. And then the Bears game, Bears Commanders week 7, you just really started to realize this team was legit, that they had a shot this year. Two rookie quarterbacks face off. Commanders win 18-15 over the Bears in the Hail Mary. And it was just absolutely amazing to watch. That was my favorite game of the year. The Hail Mary from, I don't even know, like the 40-yard line. So then you play the Giants. It's always a tough test in a divisional matchup. It's always tough in divisional matchup. So we beat the Giants 27-22. Just barely beating them. There was doubt for a little while that we were going to lose to the Giants, but we ended up beating them because that's what good teams do. And then you go back home to play the Steelers. I was at this game. You had the 28-27 loss to the Steelers. This one was painful. And this one was a game where you you questioned, are we frauds? But then you realized, later that week that we aren't, and we just played a good Steelers team who were really, really good with Russell Wilson. And then you go to Thursday Night Football, you play the Eagles, you lose 26-18 in a tough matchup once again. And all these games are close. Let me remind you, all these games are close. Jaden Daniels is putting up a fight in his rookie season. He's not like Caleb Williams finishing the season 5-12, losing to everyone, man. Like losing to all the big teams. No. We are putting up fights here. Then we're 7-4. We head in to Northwest Stadium, 34-26, lost to the Cowboys. Jaden Daniels showcases his magic once again, but Austin Seibert misses the extra point, and the Cowboys take advantage, and they win that game. And we're down to 7-5 now. The season could be like that 2022 season. We're 7-5. Are we going to choke these last few games and not make the playoffs once again? Is this the same team? And Commanders come out and kill the Titans 42-19. You move to 8-5, and you start to get that confidence and that hope back in this team after a killer win against the Titans. And you just go out there and crush the Titans at home. Give the fans what they've been waiting for a few weeks now. You were 7-2, you dropped down to 7-5, now you're 8-5. And you play the Saints. This was a few weeks ago, 20-19. You were up 17-0. You barely beat the Saints, 20-19. But after all, it was a good game from Jaden Daniels, and we did get it done. We are now 9-5. We play the Eagles, 36-33. Jalen Hurts goes out early. Kenny Pickett has to come in. We barely beat the Eagles. We moved to 10-5. Then you play the Falcons last week on Sunday Night Football. 30-24. We beat the Falcons. Jaden Daniels once again shows his magic, clinches a playoff spot. And then this week, or yesterday, we were playing for that 6th seed. We got it because we beat the Cowboys and the Packers lost. So it was a great season. It was a great season, man. And you finish it with 12 wins, 5 losses. And we head into the playoffs to play the Buccaneers. It's going to be a tough matchup, but we can do it. This is probably the best possible matchup the Commanders could have gotten. You don't want to travel all the way to LA to face Sean McVay. He's probably going to carve your defense up. You have Kyren Williams, Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua. That's probably going to tear you up a good bit. And you also don't want to go to Philly. You don't want, I know you're saying we just beat Philly. I don't care. You don't want to travel to Philly and play the Eagles. We were just destined to get blown out if we played them in a playoff game. So you didn't want that to happen. And the only option left was the Buccaneers. You travel to Tampa Bay, not too bad of a trip. And you're playing the team that you lost by 17-2 in week 1. But everybody knows, if you're a Commanders fan and you watch that game, everybody knows that was a beatable team in week 1. We could have beat them. And we weren't able to execute that game. It was Jaden Daniels' first ever NFL game. And now you go into this game with pretty positive thoughts. Like, this is a game we can win. I think every Commanders fan is saying this is a game we should win. This is a game we can win. Jaden Daniels can win this game for us. Yes, the whole team has to step up. They have great weapons. Mike Evans, Jalen McMillan has really come on. You have Bucky Irving, Rashad White. That's a great duo there. You have Devin Culp, a rookie tight end who's really come on. K. Dotton has been hurt, but I imagine he'll play this week. They have a great offense, but, and Baker Mayfield, when he gets hot, he can really do some damage. So they have a great offense, too, and they're not a bad team, don't get me wrong. But this is the best possible matchup the Commanders could have gotten for their first playoff game. So with that, that's gonna do it. We 12-5. We had a great season, and we play the Buccaneers on Sunday Night Football. It's gonna be a great game. We got the game preview coming out. But for right now, that's all I got. I will see y'all boys in the next one. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Rejoice in this 12-5 season. Peace out, everybody, and hail to the Washington Commanders.